Good morning, fellow citizens. Waking up on my ship, the RSI Perseus. Welcome to the review of RSI Perseus. Join me today as we explore the benefits of this amazing vehicle, the downsides, and of course, should you get it. So let's have fun, citizens. So first of all, I'm waking up here in a captain's quarters. In my opinion, these are one of the coolest captain's quarters ever made in Star Citizen. They're actually good and they really remind me so much on Mass Effect style of quarters where you can everything set up to your preference. Here we have a locker suite, here we have a toilet, everything that we need for the captain, nice bed, storage, weapons rack, and even briefing room or working table, whatever you call it. Here are some shelving where you can put your own stuff, and here you can receive soldiers and brief them. Now before we go out, I'm gonna show you something really cool. I'm gonna sit here in the chair, then deploy. Now what's cool about Perseus is the attention to details is mesmerizing. This is the only ship in the game that has so much details. For example, the Polaris looks really rushed out, but this is actually really good cooked. Just look at this here. You can put your own decorations like I have with my little army man here on the table. So cool. And you have even more places where you can put your own stuff. Now this here terminal is very cool. If someone's standing at the door, you can either close the door or open the door. Not only that, you can lock the door so nobody can enter, and you have the camera to see who's standing in front of the doors. Like, such a cool attention to details. So many stuff, and we haven't even begun to do a full review. So let's continue. Behind these doors there's an emergency escape so the captain can escape and all the crew escape pods. On the right side we have an elevator and ladder to access all parts of the ship very fast. This here is the bridge. The bridge is the most awesome thing on this ship. I love it to death. But we're gonna come back to this later and gonna explore it in depth. Now let's go down. So there are a few ways to do this. You can use elevator or just jump in the Jeffries tube, that I like to call them. It's not a Star Trek, but still I like it called that. And go all the way down to the first floor. And on the first floor here we're starting with some batteries which are right now in the game, not in the game, so this area is open. This should be huge. I don't know what will this be used for. This is gravity generation and battery. So hopefully that will be added in the future. So here is the lower turret, the big one. It's all the way down. And let's enter it for a moment, just to give you a sense how cool this thing is. These massive turrets or weapons on them are called Medusa and are size 8. Look at this. You have two ways of shooting. You have these small Gatlings, which you can change for laser weapons. So I recommend doing that, maybe using Ardor's attrition size 3. Then you can easily deal with the small targets and you will have unlimited ammo. Then you will switch to this big one, Medusa Cannon. They are absolutely devastating. Few shots will kill almost any ship. Crazy good. Two size 8s. The animation is cool. I'm gonna walk slowly so you can see and experience everything. So first of all, this is such an amazing thing for this ship, the cargo deck. You can put over 100 SU boxes here if you like a little bit squeeze them in. You can put some boxes also over the fence when you fully load it. If you do not want to do cargo holding with this ship, because this is not a cargo holder, this is actually a warship, you can put here your maybe medical vehicle, because sadly this is one of the first downsides of the ship. It doesn't have medical bed. I was really hoping for this to have a medical bed, while a clipper, which is Drake's ship and it's not a military vehicle, I don't know what the purpose of that thing, it has a medical bed. I'm sure that military ship like this one should at least have one. So on the right side we have docking door, and also we have the same one on that side over there. This is one of the coolest docking bays ever. So I have really cool paint on this ship, white and gold. And what's cool about it, when you apply the paint, this also changes part of the interior. Hopefully in the future we'll have entire interior matching the ship. So this is one of the coolest animations ever in the game. Lights turn on and this thing extends in the color of the ship. How cool is this, my fellow citizens? Look at this awesomeness. This ship looks so much bigger inside than it's outside. Really, really nice. Once we are back in the ship, we're gonna close the doors and they will retract completely. Beautiful. So I will not repeat this step, it's same on the front of this side. So then we are coming to something very interesting. Before we go to the torpedo room, look at this. We have this. We can look outside. Windows. Just look how thick this armor is. This ship is made to ram other ships, and on the front of ships there are some parts that are indestructible, so don't be afraid to ram some smaller ships. I don't think it can ram a Polaris and Idris though, but smaller ships like Hammerhead, well, it's not smaller, but it's his size, but definitely you can ram. There is also this window upstairs in the captain's quarter. I forgot to show you, but it is one of the most coolest things in the game. This entire floor is a ramp, which is also a bonus and a bad thing. Why is it a bad thing? Well, once you go in a war, it will get shot, and as soon as it gets shot, it will open completely. Even if you repair the ship, it won't close. So you have to store your ship and pull it out back for it to function properly. But being a ramp is also very advantage, because you get this cool animation and the entire floor opens for easy offload and unload, which is really nice. So having a ramp as a cargo is, as I said, plus and minus. And also this is in the paint of the ship. Attention to details, as I said, in this ship. Attention to details. Beyond any other ship that we have seen so far. So not only that we have this ramp, two docking collars, we also have this elevator here, which will do the same. It will take you down. Now I've heard some people complaining, why does this elevator doesn't go all the way up to the captain's quarters or maybe bridge? Well, it cannot, because bridge is all the way at the back and this is a little bit at the front. But the fastest way to enter ship is this here, then run all the way to the lower deck, and here jump on the ladders and upstairs to the bridge. So very easy to reach the bridge. So on the right side and same on the left side we have this torpedo bay. This is where our torpedoes stay. So as a beginning you have only 10 torpedoes here, and on the other side 10. So if you want to fully load it, 20 here and 20 on the other side, making it total 40, you have to buy those torpedoes and mount them by yourself. But let's just take a second and admire, as I said, the attention to details. Just look at these small cracks. Like, this took so much work. It's unbelievable how much work went into this ship. That is why I respect this ship. That is why I like this ship. Because attention to details. You're gonna see me hearing this a lot through the video, so please bear with me, because it's absolutely crazy good. So once we are done here, you can either, as I said, go there, or use one of the ladders here on the left side or there behind and climb upstairs, or you can use the elevator. There's so much way of walking through this ship. So here we have the upper floor or the balcony. We can open the door from here, which is really nice. And if we go on the other side, there's something so cool that I have to show you. So click here. We find this completely accidentally in my live stream, and it's a gorgeous thing, having your own basketball court. I was playing, as I said, basketball professionally for years, and I really like this detail. We just need a ball now and ability to play this, because that is really nice. At least give us the ability, CIG, to shoot the hoops. That would be so cool. I love it. I love it. And especially I like the hologram of the floor reflecting. Let's continue our tour. Here we have fuses. They are closed. There's only one, but you can add one more for the redundancy, which is really nice. And through this door, we come into the torpedo bay. We have some more escape pods for the people that are operating these here two terminals. The first time I went here, I thought the left terminal is also for torpedoes. No, it's not. The left one is engineering terminal, and the right one is torpedo bay. So let's hop in the torpedo console. It's always static. Look at that cool animation. Let's turn on the power. It's such a brief moment of animation, but it makes all the difference because it's actually physicalized. So use a turret. We have a camera just underneath the main turret on top, and this camera is allowing us to target and fire. If we do not have a person to fire torpedoes, the captain who's driving the ship can fire the torpedoes, which is awesome. Did you see that brief moment? Look at this. Watch here. Torpedo loaded. For the second. Wow. Just attention to details. And if we continue through these doors here, we are coming to the turret 1. The upper part. And just look at this. I will repeat it again. Attention to details. This paint even changes the seats. I'm so happy that the CIG finally listened and make the interior of the ship reflect the outside paint. How cool is this? Thank you, CIG. I love when they listen and they do actually something like this. So here the main turret is the same as the down one. You can use short range or the long range. Now these turrets, well, the big ones, are at the same time awesome and bad. What's good about this is massive DPS damage, like they devastate everything. Don't get me wrong, the 900 seems a little bit low, but it's more than enough. You can kill Polaris with this thing, no question about it. But the problem is they are really slow. They are only around 800 meters per second or something. So hitting anything with this turret will be a challenge, but it is doable. The favor to this is the short range now. that is added in 4.4 for all ships and weapons. Now we shoot targets between 1 and 2 kilometers, so it's a lot more better combat than it was before, but still the turrets need a little bit more buff to be more interesting. Just listen to the sound of moving turret. Beautiful. What I'm a little bit disappointed is the sound of the guns. This could be so much better, more explosive. And the blast is a little bit too much. Should be toned down a little bit. But overall, the turret is nice. As soon as we exit, turret rotates to its position and we go out. Just look at this. The grills, the pipes, little screens. Awesomeness. Doors opening for you. Perfection. Now let's speed it up here. Now the next part. More escape pods, leather, and of course the elevator. We're gonna use elevator to go to the last floor. So as we moving to this here part, this is a mess hall, and here's a cool little window where Captain just can take a look inside what's his crew doing without bothering them. Here is the beautiful kitchen with all the amenities for the crew. I love how the colors are here more bright. There's a greenery, there is so many details. Just look at the floor. Here is a bench to sit, here is the table to dine, and also a billiard to pass the time while we are flying from one mission to our next mission. As I said, we need these things physicalized. We need to play the billiard to be really fun. And I love how this wall here is done. Beautiful greenery, RSI logo. This looks cozy. Even if we don't have window that looks outside, because this is a warship, we don't need that. Still, it looks really, really nice. The lighting is good. This is how you do a living quarters. We need a little bit more amenities here, because right now everything feels so empty. So please, CIG, in the future, add some stuff here. This would be so cool. We cannot add our own stuff because right now we cannot save it, and just one crash we will lose everything. So either give us the ability to save all of our stuff that we are adding to the ship, or do it yourself. That would be awesome. Now, we are continuing to this part here, ignoring the engineering. We're gonna go there in a moment. Here is the bulk beds for the crew. We have 6 beds in total, and 7 is for the captain. This is where the crew sleeps. It's not the most beautiful, but this is a military style, and I think for the soldiers it is all right. This is not a long-range vehicle, it's mid-range, so having a quick nap while we fly is more than enough. Here we have toilet, only one toilet for the entire crew, so the one who is making problems will scrap the toilets. You can also open the toilet here, and up there is the shower. It looks really nice, military style, sharp. I love how angles are just everywhere in this ship. Like, there's so many different textures and everything is going on. Even if it's so overwhelming, it's never too much. Everything is just adding to the realism of this ship. And here is where the crew can put their weapons rack, a lot weapons, and suit lockers. So once the crew is ready to go out, this is where they do it. Awesome. Let's see if they have personal storage. Yes, they do. So every one of the crewmen has its own storage. Really nice. And then we are coming to the engineering. Just look at this. One little room with all the components. Now while we are here, let's talk about all the components. I have TS2 here, the fastest quantum drive, size 3. I'm gonna put my list of all the components here so you can do the same thing if you want. We have GS500s as a power plants, and we have size 3 industrial grade A shields, which are in my opinion the best ones. Here we have more fuses, and we can add one more for the redundancy. So because this ship is a military ship and it's not big as the Polaris, it doesn't have its own separate engineering with a special kind of engines. Everything that you need is right here in this small room, and this makes this ship really nicely operational. It's also really good protected. It's completely in the middle of the ship, so hitting these components will not be easy once the Maelstrom is in the game. And that about wraps our tour of the ship. Now let's go upstairs and take a look at the exterior of the ship, and also the most important thing, the bridge. Cold elevator, real nice. 3 decks, let's go to the upper deck. Welcome to the upper deck. Here we have also the window, so if we are in the light environment, the light will shine through here and make the ship even better. So I forgot to show you this. How cool is this? Look at this window. So when the captain is sitting here, he can also look outside through these thick layers of armors. Just look how much armor this thing has. This is crazy. The right now HP doesn't even come close to the power of this ship. But sadly, we still do not have Maelstrom, and yeah, the high HP is not that good for this ship. Just look at the thickness of this thing. I love that they've added the windows to the captain quarters, amazing. And talking about windows, wow, the cockpit. This is not realism. This is a game, and because of that we have such a cool windows. If this is a real, like this is the most vulnerable part of the ship and everyone would shoot here, kill the captain and crew, and ship is dead in the water. So in reality this bridge should be somewhere in the middle of the ship, completely hidden, and use cameras to see outside. But for the game this cannot be better. So these are the co-pilot seats. We have 2 of them. They can use 2 remote turrets. Turning this on is down there. Turn it on. Really nice console, radar, and 2 screens. And here we can enter the remote turret, which is down below the ship at the front. I recommend changing all these turrets to laser weapons. Really nice. We will not go into the right seat because right seat uses the top turret for the captain, if the captain is not operating it. And welcome to the captain seat. Look at this open view. Look at that massive turret at the top. Now, currently I'm on the dark side of the planet, so it doesn't give the justice of the cockpit. So let's jump to the most beautiful part of the planet and take a look at the full beauty of this ship. And here we are on the beautiful sunny side of Microtech. The tone of the ship changes entirely. This is one of the best exteriors in the game. Just look how beautiful this thing is. As we said, interior, attention to details, the same thing happening throughout the exterior. Now some of you guys said that the concept ship was a little bit better than this. I would disagree. This is absolute perfection. The only thing that I don't like so much is that down turret. I would cut that completely from its ship because it breaks a little bit silhouette. But besides that, this is absolute perfection. This paint I already shown in my previous video is, in my opinion, the best paint for this ship, if you want to show it off. But if you want to use more stealthy approach, there is a black one with a red accent, I forgot the name. That is also my favorite paint. The stock paint is also very decent, so you don't have to buy any paint for this ship. It's really nice. Love the ship. So let's fly a little bit and listen to sound of the engines. I'm gonna crank up the sound and shut up for a little bit. Cool thing about this paint, once you are in the dark, it transforms completely. It's not white anymore, it becomes black with this golden accents stretching to the ship. This is so nicely done. And when you are in the light, wow. Let's hear the sound again. Every one of these shots is like screensaver generator. Perfection. So let me show you something. Turn down to the SCM guns. If we press landing gear out, the entire ship transforms. It becomes tamed, it becomes normal. But once you had enough and you're flying in the space, wow. It's like a transformer, changes its silhouette completely. Love the exterior of this ship. Now let's talk about advantages and disadvantages of this ship. I'm gonna crank down a little bit sound. The main advantage of this ship is, as I said, his strong hull. It also has reduction on the physical weapons, so it's a little bit more tougher than rest of the ships. In terms of power and also combat capabilities, where does this ship land? Well, lands perfectly in between Polaris and Hammerhead. Hammerhead is a ship that is made to kill smaller ships. That's why it has a lot of turrets, size 4s that are killing small ships. This is a ship that is made to hunt everything that is bigger than F8C, F7A. So all the bigger ships all the way until the Polaris. As the CIG said, 3 of these ships could take down Polaris very easily. Hands of a skilled pilot, even 2 will be enough. Doing it alone will not be easy, and I don't recommend this because we're coming to the next down thing of this ship, and that is weak shields. This ship is 100 meters. 100 meters. And we only have 2 size 3 shields. For example, Starlancer TAC, which is I think 2 times smaller than this ship, has 2 size 3 shields. Crusader A2 has 3 size 3 shields. And ship is much smaller than this one. Why such a great ship has a so low shield HP? This ship deserves 4 size 3 shields, no question about it. Or maybe 1 size 4 shield like the 890 jump. It doesn't have to be on the level of the Polaris, and that is a little bit overkill, I think, in my opinion, but it definitely deserves at least 4 size 3 shields. 2 size 3 shields are just not enough, and as soon as you go into combat you will see it. The shields just disappear immediately because every shot now lands. Since this ship is so huge and the combat is done between 1 and 2 kilometers, every shot that your enemy shoots on you will land completely and directly on this ship. And that comes to the next part. Once the shield down, then the ship can be destroyed, because then you are hurting its HP. This ship has such a big armor, but sadly the Maelstrom is not in the game and the armor is not in the game, so we have an HP. So even if 2 little arrows are shooting at you constantly, after some time they will finally kill you. Also, some of the guys tested this power of this ship, and there are only 13 shots needed from these huge turrets to destroy another Perseus. And to compare it with Corsair, 10 of the shots are needed from these big turrets to kill the Corsair. So it's only 3 shots harder than Corsair, and the Corsair is glued together with the duct tape. And just look at this mesmerizing power and armor. So everything should be destroyed from this ship, engines, all of these sticking parts, before the actual ship dies, because it's such a powerful. And the components are completely in the middle of ship, completely protected by the turrets, by the armor, by the engines, and really hard to actually kill this ship. So this ship will not shine until the Maelstrom and armor is in the game. So don't be disappointed if your ship dies a little bit earlier than it should be, because the full power of this ship is still not in the game. Write me down in the comments, what is your favorite part of this ship? Do you like it? I definitely enjoyed this ship very much. So that said, we can finish with the exterior and also technicality of the ship, and we can go to test this ship in the combat. Now this is a multi-crew ship. It should be not flown with one person, but if you are that kind of person that just wants to fly this ship alone and doesn't want to have friends, well, you can do it. So let's pick up a contract and test it. That is what I said. Once you are in the dark, this ship does not shine. It's not white anymore. It's black with cutout golden parts. That's why I like this paint. It transforms. So beautiful. And look at these engines in the dark. Absolute perfection. While we are flying to location, let's talk about PDCs. This ship has 6 of them, and the PDCs are now nerfed 50%, but because of the combat is closer, that doesn't hurt the ship. Actually, it's really good. You can also switch this, which are now laser, to the ballistic that are coming soon into the game, and with the ballistic you'll be much more deadlier, but the downside, you will only have 5,000 bullets, so once that is out, you're done. And here are the bad guys. Let's shoot them out. We're gonna start with 4 torpedoes and see if we can destroy that target. The size 5 torpedoes are nice, but they are not that powerful. The turrets are already shooting. Okay, they're back. Oh, look at that. They're doing the actual damage. Sorry, CIG. My bad. I'm gonna try to retract a little bit and fire one more torpedo. Fire. 2 more torpedoes are on their way. The PDC will deal with the small ships while I'm doing the big target. I think that ship is disabled, he's falling down. These turrets will end them. Completed. Now, when there is so many small ships around you, I recommend doing this. Exit and run to the big turret and fight. So this is the bad part. If the ships are doing enough damage after some time, they will kill the ship. So hurry, don't allow that. Enter your big turret. So doing this ship alone is right now possible, but once the engineering is the game, it will not be. Oh, there was a huge explosion, some of them died. Alright, right. Another dead. There is this. One shot, one kill. This is so powerful. There is one more here. This will require 2 shots. Done. How cool is this big turret? And that's it. HRT mission done. By a single player, devastated everything. Sadly, I do not have VHRT missions, but you can do them also. And also, I would love to man this ship with a full crew and maybe play the gauntlet where you fight the Hammerhead. The Polaris is a little bit too much. I tried it in a live stream. Those Corsairs devastated us. But I was wrong. I was flying this ship not as it should be. This ship should not move so much, and then for the turrets it's much easier to shut down everything. So cool. Now, after the combat test, we're gonna try something else. If you are that guy and you love so much this ship and you don't want to use it for combat, you want to use it as a safe way of transporting your cargo, it is possible with this ship. So let's pick up the contract and see how this ship acts as a cargo delivery ship. Alright, I have a new contract. Sadly, you cannot use these contracts where you have to fly to these centers because they will not open the hangars even if you can land. And that brings us to the next problem with this ship. Every time I go to the home planet, which is on Orison, it gives me the docking collar instead of my hangar. Why, CIG? This ship can fit a large hangar. It doesn't need the docking part. You have to CIG give us ability either to land directly into our big hangar or choose docking. Right now, I really don't like it. Alrighty, right, let's collect our shipment. Here we are on the beautiful New Babbage, admiring the beautiful day and the beauty of the ship. This paint is everything that I wanted from ship, and I hope that one day we get paint like this for the Polaris, because all the ships, all the paints for Polaris are just washed out. We need the white paint for the Polaris. I was hoping it for it to be the best in show, but sadly it's not. And look at that over there, another fellow Perseus. How cool is that?
Here we are, one space as promised.
That paint is also really nice, the black and red. Hello, fellow Perseus owner. Look at this. Infinite space, large hunger. That is what we need on Horizon 2. Landing gear down. The snowy planet we are approaching.
Great. Your vehicle should be all set.
That's it. We are in the hangar, so I'm gonna move it a little bit at the front and more to the side. There we go. Open the exterior. Really easy to load in everything. Really easy out, easy in. Love it. That was my main problem with Idris. It consumes so much time because it doesn't have adequate elevator to use it properly. Oh, so here is our cargo. How elegant. And once you're done, no playing basketball right now, guys. This is so cool. I'm gonna close the basketball court now because we are doing serious job here. Nice. I love this ability to watch the cargo from the top. Navigating this ship is such a breeze. Wait, what's this? Wait, how did I miss this? Oh my god, there is another door here. Tell me guys if you have seen this before. I have somehow completely missed this. Exterior airlock. Wow! The same like on the Zeus. You can actually exit and walk on your ship. Look at this. We even have a fence here. Come on. Ah, this is so cool. King of the world. And we can even go to the turret to check it out. I don't want to fall down. Look at those NPCs. Wow! I have missed this part completely and I love the CIG for doing this. We are turning back to that again. Attention to details. Wow, you can walk all over the ship. This is so cool. Thank you CIG for this. Love the here fence so that you don't fall down. Nice. Wow. I'm so impressed by this. There's another Perseus upstairs.
Bye, and thank you for visiting New Babbage.
A lot of people thought that the Grim will completely broke when the Perseus is launched because the servers could not be able to handle it. And right now it handles it gracefully. And to top that all, not only that its owners can fly it, everybody can fly it. It's a free flight and everybody can rent the ship and fly it and enjoy it. Damn, this thing is beautiful. Let's go up. It's pretty fast. Love it so much. Let's see if I'm gonna get the hangar now or docking color. I think that's the problem. We're gonna get the docking color. So I have to store the ship and then pull it in my hangar, which is kind of bummer.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, okay.
Request approved.
No docking. Damn it. Okay, now I should be able to do it. Finally. It's a cool thing that we can dock the ship, but we should have ability to decide whether we want to dock it or land it in a hangar.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Okay, we can do the quick repairs from here. Let's see the damage. And use some torpedoes. Not gonna pay that. So instead of just picking up my cargo and delivering it, I have to do this. Real bad.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the fleet.
Now I'm in my hangar. And now this makes my process of unloading cargo much more worse, because now I have to open the ship, carry the cargo all the way there. If you are doing cargo hauling, it will be much harder. I'm not saying you should do the cargo with this thing, but you can, most definitely. And also, if you get the spoils of war, this is how you have to offload them. Let's pretend that these are the weevil eggs that we just found from the destroyed ship. This is how you have to offload them. Like, dock the ship and recall it, and then bring the boxes into your own inventory. Who remembers the times where the weevil eggs were dropping like crazy and were everywhere? Oh, I missed that. That was my favorite gameplay. And then selling them on Bureau's Breakyard. Confirm. And just like that, contract complete. So howling you can most definitely do with this ship, but I do not recommend it. So that was it, my fellow citizens. This is my full review of this beautiful ship, the RSI Perseus. I have a lot things that I like about this ship, few things that I don't like weak shields, armor not in the game, getting a docking collar instead of hangar, and that's it. Everything else I love about this ship. Also, the full potential of this ship is not still in the game, because as I said, the Maelstrom is not in the game, the armor is not in the game. So expect this ship becoming even better in the future. What are your thoughts about this ship? Do you like it? Do you own one? Will you get one? Write me down in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, don't hesitate to subscribe, like and share. Until next video, have fun out there, my fellow citizens.